So what's some of the glue that will hold couples together, will hold families together? There's one thing that I think, next to respect for each other, showing each other respect at all times, even when we're angry. There's one thing that I think works really, really well as glue that holds us together. There are a lot of things I guess I could put on that list, but there's one thing on my mind right now. But before I jump into it, please hit like and subscribe. Share this with somebody if you think it'll help. And let me just kind of start by saying, when I was a kid, and even as a young adult for a long time, I subscribed to the Reader's Digest. And the first thing that I wanted to do whenever I got hold of a new Reader's Digest was turn to the page where it said, "Laughter is the best medicine." I just love humor, and I want to inject humor into everything, as long as it's a humor that is not hurting anyone. I'm not a Don Rickles girl at all, and if you don't remember Don Rickles, I don't think you missed anything. I know there are some people out there who would consider what I just said heresy, but I just didn't care for him because I don't want to hurt someone with my humor, and I don't want to be hurt by humor. If humor is used against us, if humor is used to degrade us, that to make us less, to help somebody else feel better about themselves, that's ugly. And I'm not talking about that kind of humor. I'm talking about laughter where we can just laugh at the world and laugh at what happens. For a long time, when I was first starting horseback riding lessons, I was 50 when I took my first horseback riding lesson. When I was a kid, I would ride other people's horses. I always wanted to ride. I wanted to ride horses so much, but I didn't get the opportunity because my father just said horses were bad and evil and he wouldn't let me have one. So when I finally got one, he's like, "What are you doing buying a horse?" But I was 50 years old and I wanted to take horseback riding lessons. And I had what I started describing a lot of "I love Lucy" moments. You know, there was one time that I tried to get up on the horse using a stack of cinder blocks, and they collapsed underneath me while I was trying to get on this horse, and I fell down. I'm on the ground, on my back, under her belly, looking up, and she's looking down at me saying, "What are you doing down there, you dummy?" And I laughed. It was just an "I love Lucy" moment. I've had several of those "I love Lucy" moments with my horses, and that's okay. We laugh and we push on through it. When we can laugh at ourselves and we laugh at the silly things that happen, or we laugh at things that are out of our control, it's going to make our lives so much better. We really do have to develop that sense of humor that we can laugh at ourselves and be okay with it when it happens. We can have "I love Lucy" moments. My sister told me about an "I love Lucy" moment she had before she married her husband. They were getting gas at the station and he went in to pay, and apparently when she was driving off, she didn't realize that the pump hadn't been put back on the handle hadn't been put back on the pump. And that's when she discovered what that emergency off button is for. You know, the big red one by the pump? Yeah. She pulled it away from the tank and gasoline going everywhere. And that was one of her "I love Lucy" moments. It could have been a disaster, and it could have turned into a very angry moment for everyone. But everyone ended up just laughing. And it's okay to laugh at our foibles, at the silly things or the maybe not so smart things that we've done. It's okay. And couples need to learn to laugh together and not take everything so seriously. There was a little book that came out, I think it was in the 80s, called "Don't Sweat the Small Stuff." That was rule number 1. And then rule number 2 was "It's all small stuff." We have to stop taking ourselves and everything around us so seriously. Otherwise, our lives become just a dredge. It's not fun. And that also leads me to talk about, I've talked about date night on another video, but I'm not talking about date night per se right now, but I do want you to have fun. If you're going out on a date night, find some way to have fun. It should not be boring. It should not be tedious. It should never be serious. It just needs to be fun. Find something that you enjoy doing that's fun and may give you an opportunity to laugh a little bit. And go to a comedy show if you like doing that kind of thing, or go out and do silly things. Throw frisbees at night. Who knows? And you'll make sure they're glow in the dark frisbees, right? We have a very, very, very large municipal park here in Waco, Texas, and it's called Cameron Park. If you want to look it up, it's known for its bicycle trails, lots of mountain biking out here, and lots of fun. And it has a frisbee disc course, and river, and there's a zoo, and I guess it's really kind of an attraction for Waco, Texas. But you want to be able to go and just enjoy each other's company, and don't be afraid to laugh. Laugh about the silly things that happen. This is a really short video. I just wanted to say, find a reason to laugh, and it will be cement for your relationship. Your memories will be fond ones. You won't be having these horrible memories about how you had this perfect day planned, and then all of a sudden it went to pot and it fell apart, and y'all were both at each other's throats. You were fighting, and kids are crying. Don't do that. Laugh. I took my kids on a camping trip one time, and it was a spur of the moment camping trip, and I thought it'd be great. We went to Palo Duro Canyon. This was when I was in Lubbock for Texas at Texas Tech University, working on doing my graduate work. And we went on this camping trip. I said, "Look, girls, let's just get in the car. We're going to go camping." So we all piled in the car. We threw in there what we thought we needed. We got to the campsite and realized that it had no electricity. I had brought electric cookware because I thought we would just plug in and cook food. So I didn't have any wood to burn a fire. We had food. We had a cold camp that night. And because there was no fire to keep away the wildlife, as the night came on us, the skunks started circling our tent. And we got really scared. We didn't want to get hit by a skunk. So we jumped into the tent. We put all of our food stuff in the car, and we got into the tent with our sleeping bags, and we sat there with a little lantern, and the skunks circled us. And skunks make this little cooing sound. I never realized, I'd never been that close to skunks, but they were really curious about us, and they kept circling the tent. And we're sitting there, four of us in this little tent, and the skunks start standing up and pushing against the side of the tent, the walls of the tent. And my daughter's like, "Oh my, it's touching me. I can feel its claws on my back." And I'm like, "Shh, be quiet, be quiet." We didn't want to disturb the skunks. Finally, the skunks left. It gave us a great story, and we laugh about it. It was awesome. I have another skunk story too, but we just have to be able to laugh about those. But I won't go into another story, but have fun and laugh. Put yourself in situations that will give you opportunities to have strange encounters. Okay, guys, if you think you know somebody who could use a laugh, please share this, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.